Oh, wait, that's right. I have to host. God damn it. I was waiting for someone else to talk. All right. Welcome to Paneloid's comic book live stream, the best place for your fix of comic book news, rumors, leaks, and creator interviews. I'm your host. That's right. I'm not Pierre. Therefore, I will not be screaming into the microphone and making gunshot noises. I also will have low energy. With me today is Dimitri, who claims to have 1,000 megabytes internet speed, but as you can see by his reaction to what I'm saying just now, it is going to be delayed when he makes a frowny face. I also have Jeremiah here. He has decided we're doing a complete recap of the Eisner, so this is now the Eisner after show.
It's not a complete recap. It's just a good chunk.
It's half the list here. All right. Before we get into all that, we're gonna go into the nerdy news. PSA has entered the comic grading game. What is our opinion on this?
So the one thing that I found absolutely hilarious about this is they announced it, and then they also announced a collaboration with Kith. I'm not a sneakerhead. Sneakerheads, come for me if you want, if I mispronounce that. It's Asics shoes, and I love Asics shoes. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what Kith is, but so there's a lot of promo images with, it was the villains shoe line, and you got like Green Goblin, Venom, Spider-Man, all that. There was a stock image of all the like graded books, and I believe the grades that they gave were AU. I don't know if it was for almost uncirculated or authenticated. I don't know what the grade was, but one of the books, I believe it was a Green Goblin book, had the worst spine I've ever seen on a foil book. It had so many imperfections. Like that's immediately where my eyes went on that promo image, that there was just a terrible, terrible defect with the book. And I was like, all right, if this is the beginning, weird foot to jump off on.
That is not at all what I was expecting you to say. I thought it was going to be more of a conversation of, are they going to compete with CGC a little bit, since CGC tried to do some cards and stuff? I did see that promo because I do also enjoy sneakers. I think my nephew and a friend both sent them to me, and I was like, that's smart. It's a Kith collab, and they're going to show the new grading, right? Show that off with exclusive shoes, with a comic that kind of goes with it. I didn't look as closely as you. That is very curious now.
That's right where my eyes went. I think this is good. Competition breeds innovation. And CGC is running laps around CBCS currently, unfortunately. So to have another contender in the ring with PSA, I mean, PSA has its own issues, but time will tell. I don't know how many graders they have coming on. Their cases are way more difficult to open than CGC's cases. So if that continues with the comics, maybe that means better protection for the buyer, that book can't be switched out as easily. Although CGC has taken drastic steps to fix that. Yeah, I'm game. When next year, when it gets up and running, I'll be happy to submit a book or two just to see how it turns out.
I have similar thoughts. I might give them a go. Just maybe a book that I would consider resale, like not something, because I mean, that's the other thing for collectors. If you have like 3 boxes of slabs and they're all CGC, I don't.
And like CGC stole the idea of the interlocking slabs from PSA. That's what their cards do. So the fact that the new slabs do that, 100% CGC got that from PSA. So also, I think their slabs are going to be way thinner than CGC's.
See, that's a thing. That's a little thing that might sway me, but I don't see me swaying after all this time that easily. But anyway, Jeremiah, just a quick favor. Can you throw the link in the Discord that we are up and running? Let's. Oh, and guys who's listening, the viewers, I did just mention that Discord. I don't know if anyone who hasn't joined yet, because pretty much everyone's joined, but if you haven't, now's the time. Go to panelways.com. There's a link. It takes you to Discord. Jeremiah's posting there right now. You can go there and see what he's posting,
That's a
which
great
is literally
plug.
just a link to what you're watching.
What a
Like
great
that,
plug.
I was given some great advice to try and plug things throughout, and I'm going to try it a few times today. We'll see if I forget. Moving on. Invincible Season 4 announced and showed that there will be the black and blue suit. Now, I don't know if either of you watch Invincible. I don't know if either of you have read Invincible.
The black and blue suit looks nice. It does remind me of the Incredibles suit. The first one. Yeah, I've seen all of season 1 and part of season 2 for Invincible. So
how did you not finish? Did you watch Superman?
No, there's too much.
Dimitri, did you watch Invincible or Superman?
I watched part of season 2 of Superman. I didn't watch season 2. Why are they jumping to season 3 I'm sorry. Why are they telling us about season 3 if one more time? Why are they telling us about season 4 if they haven't put out season 3 yet?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Get you hyped?
Yeah. I think they're just trying to prove that it's not going to be as long of a wait because people don't believe them after the first very long, obnoxious wait.
That was such
that's the
reason I fell off.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Saga came back today.
Yes, it did. I picked it up.
It's funny. I didn't actually know that it stopped again because I fell behind.
It was a 3-month break.
Yeah, that's not that bad, actually.
No.
All right, sticking to Amazon TV Prime news, Soldier Boy is getting a prequel series called Vought Rising. How do we feel about more The Boys spinoffs?
I could care less.
So, can you vaguely, as much as you're willing to say, why are you against The Boys? Is it just the pure vulgarness of the shock value vulgar?
It's the comic itself. It turned me off hard because of the shock value, just to be vulgar for vulgar's sake, not have any context to it other than watch how gross and disgusting and awful we can be. That being said, I love Carl Urban and I wanted to support it. And I watched the first season. I was fine with the first season. It was decent entertainment. And then I watched one episode of the second season. I'm like, I don't need this. There's plenty of other great shows to watch. And like, due to the political landscape, I don't need to be reminded with Homelander of the world.
That's a solid point, I guess.
That's where I'm at with it. But I mean, Jensen Ackles is a nice person. He deserves a nice new series, so I'm happy for him. I won't be there to cheer him on, but yeah, good on you, Jensen.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but there's a little more to it. I mean, I don't always love the direction of just, like you said, the aimlessness of just, it's like shock value. I kind of feel like Walking Dead kind of reintroduced television to shock value like that. And it's just been a lot of that since. And like, even like Game of Thrones it was more strategic. Like The Boys, like you said, it's just, here's a man's asshole in your face just for fun.
But both those, Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, yes, gratuity and vulgarity and violence and whatnot, but behind it all, I feel there was still a story. It was happening to continue a story in some regard, whether it was just a small minute thing or just like the Red Wedding, for example. Like that was a storyline portion. Like that was crazy, but it progressed the story. Whereas sometimes with The Boys, it's I just lasered this dude's dick off. Like, okay,
that did happen in the last season.
Yes, I'm aware.
Again. Yeah, I get it. Funny story, just because we brought up Walking Dead. So before we were a live stream, we were a podcast, and before we were an edited podcast. We were an unedited podcast. And before we were an unedited podcast, we were a mildly edited podcast of just me and Dimitri of like 4 episodes that you could only get on a website. Like they weren't even out on, you couldn't listen to it on the phone. You had to go somewhere. But our first episode that me and Dimitri did was about The Walking Dead.
Really?
And it got like 1,000 listens. Like that was like it was when podcasts literally first were coming out. It was like
so
we're blowing up.
Ago. Okay.
Yeah, like it was a long, like it was an experimental thing. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. And yes, we are also an audio.
I thought you were going to tell that that awful story from that convention at Pennsylvania Comic-Con.
Do you want me to?
But you don't have to. That's not why I was bringing that up.
No, I will now. After I do my plug, I just wanted to do another plug of we're also an audio podcast, even though you hear us live. So if you would rather listen to us in a slightly faster fashion, because I do fix the audio a bit, go to your favorite podcast app. And while you're there, leave us a review, because I actually put a really big hint in the Discord of at everyone asking for a friend, but how do you get your Discord community to all leave your reviews? And did anyone leave a review? No, they started giving me advice. miss the hint. And yeah, I made Dimitri try and get an autograph during a Walking Dead panel. From,
what?
Yeah. What's his name? What's the actor's name? Yondu.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, Michael Rooker?
Right. So he was like the main one of the panel because it was a smaller convention, and I was trying to get him to sign this book and like write something obnoxious. It was like a blank cover, and Dimitri was like, "What if he says no?" I'm like, "Just tell him like you're black. Like you have to. Like you have to prove you're not the character, right? Like you have to prove you're not this racist piece of shit." And nobody laughed when Dimitri said it. I didn't think Dimitri was actually going to say it.
The moderator went with it. It was so awful.
The moderator was trying to help you, right? And he just refused because he was charging like $100 for signatures.
Yep.
But like no one really laughed. Like the moderator was like, "Oh, that's like his," and yeah.
Was it his character Earl? Was that it? Was that his name?
Merle.
Yeah, Merle. It was Merle. That's it.
Merle.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of those like, haha, Dimitri, you should do this. And Dimitri did it. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Big backfire.
It's how much I love you, man.
No, I know.
Just
I know.
showed my love for you.
Yeah, I exploited you. Let's not bring that story up again.
Just one more thing about The Boys. I'm more so excited for The Boys Mexico for Diego Luna.
Is that another spinoff?
And like out of nowhere, that's another spinoff.
Really?
Like it's going to be out of nowhere, like really, really good.
Didn't even know.
Missed that announcement.
And then Gen V is pretty solid, and obviously, tragically, one of the stars passed away. So I don't know how they're going to work the way around that one, but they're supposedly going to change the script, which sucks. But yeah, moving on to something else that has pissed off a different kind of people. The Penguin in Caped Crusader, the new Batman animated show that it comes out tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Is being gender swapped. Oswalda Cobblepot is our Penguin.
Okay.
So my only... Go ahead.
No, you first. You first.
Oh, so my only thing is like, it's a villain, right?
Yeah.
So leave it as a white male.
That's a solid argument. That
Right.
is a solid argument. But at the same time, it's an animated show taking place in its own universe. Why not? All right, sure. Also, did you Photoshop me as Batman for the Cape Crusader image?
I not only Photoshopped you as Batman, I used probably the most awkward photo of yourself you've ever sent to me and only me. Like it wasn't supposed to be shared.
That's okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's try it.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the show. Like I really am super excited.
All signs point to that's going to be very, very entertaining and done in the same spirit, not style, same spirit as the original animated series. So It feels like this is a return to form. All right, we're
Mhm.
gender swapping Penguin. Cool. I'm okay with it.
I mean, it's also good because we're also getting the Penguin TV show. So
Yeah, and so
it's
we're gonna
something
have
a little
Colin
different.
Farrell. So
I wonder. I hope it's not like too violent, just for my own sake, because like my childhood, comics wise, like that was the start. Was the animated Batman, like Batman the animated series, and like that was what my father introduced me to. So I would like to take my daughter and just put her in front of the television tomorrow and make her watch it.
that'd be cool. I would love
whether
if
it makes sense.
Joe Chill first season.
Right. Comic Talk. I missed you. Comic
What's up,
Talk.
brother?
Missed you. All right, let's talk some actual comic books, because comic books is actually in the title of this live stream.
It is. Yeah.
Which this is. This is a live stream as well as a podcast.
You can find us on all podcast platforms. And if you show up there, leave us a review.
Just leave us a goddamn review. It's been
Doesn't
a year.
even have to be a good one. It can just a review.
It's been a year since the last one, and the person who left the review has been on the show multiple times. That just shows how far the review will take you. Thank you, Comic Talk. Comic Talk's gonna be back soon. Did you update your logo, Comic Talk? I'm sorry, that's completely derailing. It looks clean.
If
you update the logo,
AF.
yeah, I like it. Anyway, Jeff Lemire is set to write Absolute Flash.
Yeah, let's go. I love Lemire. Yeah. I thought he swore off all like major comic book companies. I know he did that years ago. So
the news that I saw advertised as Image Comics writer Jeff Lemire, and I was like, he's been in other places, but okay, like that's how it was announced from the articles I saw. But you know, the Flash is always one of the DC ones I kind of always venture to at some point. Mm-hmm. I tried and got really far in the current run, but apparently got shakier. Was it after? So I just kind of stopped. But so I'm excited to see a different version. What is this? Oh yes, this is an interesting one. Which this piece of news goes back to something we spoke about a few weeks ago, with Peacemaker being an alternate reality, and Peacemaker possibly season 2 being about him getting into James Gunn's DCU. Well, that multiverse. So Joel Kinnaman will reprise his role as Rick Flag Jr. So as we know, he was killed off in the Suicide Squad by Peacemaker. Mm-hmm. Season 1 of Peacemaker completely was literally minutes after his recovery from that movie. So season 2 more so solidifies it's a different reality. So that's kind of cool. That's a nice way to bring him back, because he really played that character well.
Yeah.
So
he was really, really like kind of the heart of that movie.
Yeah, definitely.
In a way. So
definitely. Superboy has been confirmed for season 3 of My Adventures with Superman. I should have moved that note up.
Didn't that also say that season 3 is it?
I didn't see that. I will confirm that at some point in my life, but I hope it's not, because I feel like that show has much, much more it needs to accomplish.
I could be dead wrong. I thought I saw that.
I haven't heard that. Yeah. So my only thing is, I almost to go with that was like already, because like we just got Supergirl in season 2. They confirmed with season 3 that Supergirl is just main cast now. So it's like, all right, well, you have 2 equally powered next to each other now all the time. I wasn't quite there yet. Like we got Steel, and I was a little disappointed. Mild spoilers for the finale of season 2, but Steel kind of showed his suit, lost his suit, and somehow got the suit back unexplained, unless I missed it in the finale. And I was hoping he was going to come back with a more comic accurate suit. So that kind of was annoying. So I hope they do that in the next season. I would have rather seen him more so forefront than Superboy already. But they also say that Lex is going to lose his hair in this season. So maybe there's a time jump coming too, which will make more sense. I don't know. I'm hoping they drag this out. It's that good of a show. It's that unique. It's the best Lois Lane I've ever seen, read, anything. The best Lois Lane ever.
Okay.
I understand it has a more of an anime style, but like I just think they did her right. It's a completely different Superman. He's very more, I don't know. It's just like he doesn't have that like
Down
stand.
to earth.
Yeah, like he's not like a like stand strong, confident type as much. Like he's much more vulnerable. That's the word I'm looking for. Much more vulnerable. So it's also feels much different. And continuing with that, Jack Quaid admitted he actually auditioned for James Gunn's Superman.
Really?
Which would have been a very different Superman if he did that. It's just different. Like it's very different from every Superman we've ever seen. Like it's not like a stoic kind of thing. It's just.
I wonder if he would have like bulked up for it. Because he's not that big, is he? No,
he's a little bit lanky.
CGI, and I mean,
but even first movie, if they started it, I mean, that's why I want the show, like the progression. Like I want to see him get a little bulkier throughout the seasons. I want to see him. So we'll see. Brand new crossover series with Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing called Feral Trees, and that's with G. Willow Wilson.
Fun. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. It looks really cool. Wow. I have commissions of the two of them together just because it's such a cool mix, especially with the green and whatnot. Bruce Wayne is now the new Nightwing.
The one image I saw of that, I'm like, okay, like let's try it. Sure. I mean, let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, it's awful and we move on from it. But I don't think it will be awful. I think that it's worth trying. Tom Taylor's still on it. Do we know about that?
I believe he's gonna wrap it soon. I feel like I saw something. Mm-hmm. I don't actually know though. That's another one I fell behind on. I really read like the first 3 issues. I don't think it's going to be a permanent thing. It's just the image, like you said. It's like the suit clearly doesn't fit.
Literally. It's not like it looks like, oh, just weird to see Bruce and Nightwing. No, it literally looks like it doesn't fit him.
So I don't know. Odd choice. I'll take it. Even if it's just for like an issue, something fun, sure, but it's odd. DC has announced a new Justice League Unlimited ongoing from Mark Waid. Love Mark Waid. So
yeah, keep it going. He just seems to get like better with age.
Yeah, I would love him on Team Book. I love him on Team Books too. So
and now is that one gonna follow the TV series, like continuation of that, or is it just a new Justice League?
No, actually, when you get a chance, look up the art because I don't know if it's post Absolute, like when they like, because I don't know if Absolute is like a temporary universe, like a Flashpoint kind of thing, where like here's a jacked up version of the universe, and then when they revert back, this is what we get. But some of the costumes are curious. It's definitely not Absolute. It's not thick Batman. But Batman's a little shiny. But he's shiny.
He's real shiny.
Right?
Wonder Woman's quite shiny.
I don't know what it is, but it's Mark Waid, so I'm in.
Yeah, it's worth getting into regardless.
Yeah. It's I don't know. DC's doing some interesting things. I'm excited, but I'm not really sure. Feels like multiple directions, so we'll see. The MCU's Fantastic Four has been officially retitled to Fantastic Four First Steps, which contradicts past news we reported of they're not going to do an origin story. I'm sorry, if First Steps in the title, they're clearly going to do some kind of origin story.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I want a little origin story. I want it.
It doesn't need to be the whole movie. Like first minutes. Act, if you wrap up the first act with this is what happened and now we're dealing with it, versus it being the whole movie of them getting their, because like they're going against Galactus. They need to have their shit together a bit to go up against Galactus, which we did see a leaked image of. And
yeah, that's fine.
I'm excited. Gail Simone, being one of the best internet trolls in the world, retweeted the photo saying, "This is stupid. Galactus is a cloud." So trying to get some angry nerds going. So
yeah, I'm just
these are variants. Am I right?
We are not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's either variants or the new main timeline
Yes.
is my guess. It's one of the two, nothing in between.
Yeah. Based on the Fantastic Art, it makes me think that they're going to be brought to the main timeline.
Okay,
So
that makes sense. Giancarlo Esposito confirms he will be playing Sidewinder, King of the Serpent Society, in Captain America: Brave New World. Again, this is news that we confirmed to be otherwise, and apparently
this is true. He is not George
world-
Washington Bridges.
the world was wrong, apparently, because that was not rumor when we shared that. So I'm not familiar with either character, Jeremiah. Dimitri's not familiar with either character. So why don't you just tell us, is this character cooler than the bridge guy?
Yeah, he's cooler than the bridge guy. He looks nothing like Giancarlo looks like.
Mhm.
He's got a costume. He lives in the sewers, or at least like a cave kind of thing. Classic Captain America villain. Serpent Society has many members: Rattlesnake, Cobra, Sidewinder. So yeah, older character is a costumed villain. So this is an interesting take on this, because like when they did Flag Smasher in Falcon and Winter Soldier, Flag Smasher is a costumed hero / villain, and all they did was the hand, and it worked really, really well. So the Serpent Society being behind this, what we've already seen of this attack, is interesting. We know the leader is involved in some regard. We know Red Hulk is coming. So there's a lot of moving parts, it feels like, going into this movie. And based on what Marvel just did with Deadpool and Wolverine, they're riding high. I'm just hoping that trend continues. Now, Captain America movies have kind of been the tentpole of solid movies. Every one of them is either good or great. None of them have been bad.
That's
So I hope that trend continues. Giancarlo is one of the greatest actors I've ever seen in my entire life. So yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see this version of Serpent Society for sure. So
Okay, I'll take it.
I want to see Batroc, the Leaper, return.
I would be great if he comes back. I wish he was in Deadpool Wolverine. He's not. But I wish he was. That would have been like a good little side thing. Now it's my turn. I got a host now.
It's really your turn. So
on me.
I'm gonna do something crazy, actually, and I'm just gonna. I'll be back, guys. Don't worry.
It's been a nice week for me. I got some shiny things. First things first, I was able to get the Chris Samney Spirit Doodle. I managed to grab this in the drop. I am beyond happy. I own an original Samney. In a million years, I never thought I'd own an original Samney. Yes, it's a 4x6 sketch card. Don't care. It's the Spirit. It looks freaking awesome. I love the gravestone. I love how he put Spirit in the background. That fucking smirk. The Samney smirk. So fucking great. Oh yeah. So happy. And then I traded a comic today, and I ended up with one of my dream books. I got me a Swamp Thing #1. Now it's not a House of Secrets 92 like Kyle's, but this is also this is not a 3.0. It's probably close to a 7.5, 8.0 would be my guess. I love the purple. I love Swamp Thing. It's one of the few things that me and Kyle really have in common is our love of Swamp Thing together. And then speaking of, I got this big boy back here, came along with the single issue. So yes, this is the Vertigo statue from 2007, I believe. So she's got all the roses. She looks good. And then I'm sure everyone has heard, or if you live near an Ollie's it's a liquidation store. It's interesting, but they've started to get some actual like big figures in terms of like Marvel Legends. So the Hawkeye and the Sky Cycle has been showing up. Thor and Destroyer 2-pack, the Monica Rambeau Doctor Doom 2-packs, Super Adaptoid. All of these have been showing up at Ollie's. And there was a rumor that the Rockabilly MODOK was showing up. and I managed to find a Rockabilly
It's
Modoc.
such a large box.
Yes, it is. It is a stupid large box. Comes with the captain. Comes with all the pieces down here. $30.
It's not bad.
$30. I think the MSRP on it was like $100, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you can find really cheap omnibuses as well. I got the Eyes Omni omnibus for $18. It's usually $75. So if you have an Ollie's near you, I would suggest going to it. You might find something really cool. And I've been in 5 different Ollie's, and every single one of them has had at least one spirit book. So maybe just go buy that instead if you can't find anything else cool. So yeah, collection acquisition, too much awesome shit is what I put in the notes, and I had too much awesome shit. And now we get to the part that I get to talk about the Eisner Awards. So the Eisner Awards, for those who are unaware, it is the largest award in the comic book industry. It's given away at San Diego Comic-Con every year. It is my personal dream to win one day. Probably never going to happen, but that is without a doubt, like,
we're going to do it together.
My
Our
life
names will be
goal.
together.
I would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. But my life goal is to win an Eisner. Don't know if that will ever happen. But I wanted to go over some of the awards. There's usually 28, 29 given out, including the retailer award, which I was nominated for twice, I will say. But the best humor publication went to It's Jeff. From the Jeff first. So the little shark boy that everyone loves, who is now in Marvel Rivals, is a Eisner Award winner. Kelly Thompson and Gura Hooer were the 2 creators that won that Eisner Award for Best Humor Publication. Now, if you go back to when this issue was solicited, I distinctly remember I was in my old apartment, and when the news of not Hawkeye. Wow, I'm going to get shit on for this. When the news of Nightwing 105 was solicited and that it was going to be a POV issue, I said, and as of right now, I want to congratulate Tom Taylor on his Eisner Award. Before the issue even hit stands, I said that. And sure as shit, best single issue, Nightwing 105 by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redodano. I knew it was coming. And the reason I knew it was coming is because when innovation hits comics, everyone pays attention. And you need to reward innovation or it's going to stop happening. And before the issue even hit stands, the idea of doing a POV issue is a difficult thing to even comprehend. But then to do it with Nightwing, one of these more interesting characters who you can just go bananas with, and it just be a fun time. Yeah, I knew it was going to win the Eisner, and well deserved. Best continuing series, Dana Warren Johnson's Transformers. So Skybound and IDW and Image taking home the best continuing series for Transformers. Solid. They deserve it. It's been nothing but great. I've read the first issue, and that's about it. But yeah, Dana Warren Johnson is a national treasure. Speaking of which, he won Best Writer Artist, which is probably the most coveted Eisner Award every year. Yeah, Dana Warren Johnson. And the best part is after he won his 2 awards at the Eisner dinner, he just went back to doing commissions at the table. There's images of him right after he won his awards, and then he's just drawing because dude's cool. Obsessed. Best new series, Bring On the Smut, Soma by Becky Cloonan and Tula Latte. Distillery, bringing home an Eisner. I believe this is Distillery's first Eisner, and again, well deserved. It's a beautiful story. If you're of age, read it. If you're not of age, wait.
Don't watch us either. Go away.
Yeah, it's a fantastic, and like both of the ladies do an amazing job because they both are great at storytelling, and their art styles are almost in contrast. Becky's hard lines and dark shadows versus Tula's very swift and flowing style. It's awesome to see those two mashed up in one story. And again, well deserved. I don't know if I should mention this, but I want to mention this because I keep seeing it on my shop app. Now, I don't know what you guys use to track your shipments, but I use the shop app. Because if it's coming from Amazon, it's on there. If it's coming from USPS, it's on there. It's coming from anywhere else, it's on there. And on the shop app, if you ever buy anything off the app, they give you ads for other stuff. And I've been getting an ad for this book for the better part of a year now. And I was like, I don't know. Like, it's maybe I am interested in it. Don't get me wrong, but like, and now it won the Eisner for the best archival collection, all Negro Comics 75th anniversary, edited by Chris Robinson. The book looks absolutely beautiful, and it's high resolution scans of that series back in the 50s. Definitely worth something looking into now. I'm probably going to buy it now that it won the Eisner. And I just wanted to give one last shout out to Roaming, which won Best Graphic Novel, Best Writer for Mariko Atomika. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I apologize. I am terrible with pronouncing. She's a wonderful writer. She helped with Lumberjanes and a bunch of other stuff for Marvel and DC. And Jillian Tamaki, who was the artist on Roaming and won Best Artist. So that book basically sweeping the category of Best Writer, Best Graphic Novel, and Best Artist. So if you haven't read Roaming, I do suggest going and grabbing it. It's kind of an all ages story in a way, and it's beautifully, beautifully done. And that is the Eisner recap. So yeah, moving on. I can be small again. Thank you.
Feel better now?
A little bit, yeah. I just, man, I love when the industry shows love and give respect where respect is due. Daniel Warren Johnson definitely deserved that 100%. Peach Momoko was best cover artist as well. Definitely deserves that. So yeah. Kyle didn't mute his microphone to type. So
ooh. I bet that sounded horrible.
Yeah.
I apologize. Man.
So this week we were supposed to be doing an interview.
What? We don't talk about that.
But we will be doing that at a later date. But Kyle, can you tell us what we were supposed to be doing an interview for?
Yes. So Sean Von Gorman, we talked to him, oh man, a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Like a long time ago. Anyway, we were going to do a little interview on The Pedestrian with Sean Von Gorman and Joey Esposito. With San Diego Comic-Con just happening, it didn't work out. It's not going to not happen, but it might be a few weeks yet. So I didn't want to wait to talk about the book. Also because FOC is passed, so we need to be vigilant with grabbing a number one when they hit the shops. But The Pedestrian is a very unique kind of slice of life, different look at a hero book. And I don't know how to explain, but like I went into it thinking it was going to be like just comedy, and it's really not. It's actually kind of deep.
So
like
it's like
actually,
heartfelt?
Yeah, like it actually makes you think. And I don't want to put spoilers out, and I don't want to just like blatantly read what you could find on the internet. But the main character, the pedestrian, right?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't necessarily have any dialogue in the book, but somehow is the most interesting character among very other much interesting characters. But he won't break the rules. Like that's his whole thing. Like he will save you, but he won't break the rules. So just whatever you could think of, right? Like just any scenario
to get you out of the road.
No, like yes, like you won't jaywalk to save. So like it's a very interesting thing, and they have like side characters that kind of like mildly tie in, and you understand that it's their paths are going to cross. And then there's I don't want to spoil it, but it feels like a slice of life of if one of us decided to put on a skin tight suit and like be a hero. And it also kind of shows like everyone's got their thing, right? Like
Yeah,
we all
for
are
sure.
weird in some way, no matter what.
I mean,
I was so like pleasantly surprised with it, you know, like it was very, very refreshing. I cannot recommend it enough. I should have had art ready, but when the timing didn't work out, I didn't finish my prep, but I would have shown a few pages. But if you join our Discord, I'll share just a few of what they'll let me, just a few pages there, but very, very well done. And that was a plug for the Discord.
and who's putting out The Pedestrian?
It is a very good question that I meant to write down. It is. I think I have it in my other note app. Hold on, give me 1 second. I do not. I do not. I lied.
Hold on.
But yeah, so why Jeremiah looks that up. Just I would go out of your way for it. I really would, because it is an indie book to the fullest extent, and it really has so much heart in it. Like, you could tell that they really put a lot of effort into this. And like the way it ended, you want issue 2 so badly. Because it's kind of like it's a little bit of like not a reveal, but just like there's more. Yeah, not even cliffhanger. It's just like there's more than you think. Like they kind of hook you with the little world that they built is a little bigger.
My phone is going ungodly slow opening this book.
All right, well, we'll get back to that. But I wanted to give my review. It's solid 10 out of 10. Like, I'm not just saying it because we were going to interview them. It's a solid 10 out of 10. It is a very refreshing, fun read that is actually rather kind of heavy if you think about it.
It's being released by Magma, which is not one of your traditional comic book companies. So really go to your local comic book store and have them order it, or you can go to Magma Comics with an X instead of a C.com, and that should tell you where you can get it. But yeah. Oh my God. Is that a Mike Allred cover? They got a Mike Allred cover for this book?
Like I said, I stopped my prep for the interview, and I kind of wish I didn't, because I had some stuff I was going to show.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's
we met him,
potentially.
Right?
Mike Allred, yes, you guys did. You got a book signed for me, and I'm fucking jealous because I've never met him.
You really never met him?
Yeah, we
never
did.
Met him.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, anyway, that's my little quick review. Again, I know it's all over the place and kind of vague, but I don't want to spoil it. Just go pick it up, and we will have them on soon. And Sean Von Gorman's done like Star Trek and stuff, and talk about
just
that.
Some solid, great guy as well.
Oh yeah, he's really cool. Like, we've at many New York Comic Cons,
Baltimore, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we've bothered him quite a bit. He's a cool guy. But yeah, so that was my quick review. I watched a few other things that we kind of mentioned earlier. So as you've heard, Superman season 2, finished that. I'm very happy with the show generally. Like, I it's not like a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a little too whimsical sometimes, but I do really look forward to it. It's like a solid 9 consistently. Like, each episode's like a solid 9. And then the Boys finale, super late, obviously. We've moved on to Deadpool taking over the internet, but the Boys finale I thought was pretty solid too. It had a nice setup for the next season for sure. I got Juan in TikTok Live. Don't tell anybody, but I let him read The Pedestrian early. A perk of being in the Discord. Sometimes I'll pick somebody and I'll be like, hey, I'm going to read this early. Why don't you jump on board with me and we can talk about it and help inspire me for when the interview happens. Anyway, Juan's saying that everything's like, you can tell slowly connecting in The Pedestrian. Like, it's all, everything they show you is not just for fun. It's all connected. So I really enjoyed it. Anyway, Dimitri, you read, what did you read here? You read Spider-Woman #1. And
I did. It was in the middle of Gang Wars. I think that's the first issue.
Oh, it's the tie-in?
I think that's over.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's where her ongoing starts.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I never I mean, obviously, no, it's just I've never, there's like characters that you've never actually seen in a comic book form. Was it Luke Cage? Was it Diamondback? And I was like, who is that? I was like, oh, interesting. So I went to like compare
another member of the Serpent
like,
Society. I forgot.
I think he's part of Hydra in that book now. But yeah, it's just she's going after him, and her kid seems to be missing. Or without giving too much away, yeah, I thought if we're rating it, I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Solid.
Yeah, pretty good read.
Anything from you, Jeremiah?
I don't know if this came out last week or this week, but I grabbed White Boat by Distillery. If Francisco Francavilla draws anything, I will read it. So it's horror. It's Scott Snyder. It's Francisco Francavilla. Just on that alone, you should buy it. But it is fantastic. And I don't know how long this story has been cooking, because one of the things that I absolutely love about Francisco is that he'll date his work very cool like. And this cover, this beautiful cover, was done 11 years ago. So nope, never mind. That's a 2-3, not a 13. Never mind. Forget I said that. But pick this up. Pick this up. It's absolutely wonderful. I want to support Distillery to an extent. So I'm trying. So yeah. I enjoyed this a lot. 8 out of 10. So.
Sorry, I was typing and I didn't want to hurt anybody. All right, so I don't think we read or watched anything else because obviously we had an extra bonus Deadpool and Wolverine review, which if you didn't see that, we did a nice Discord community episode.
Discord discussion, if you will. A Discord.
Yes, and it's the live, the recording of the live is doing rather well in the view department. So it's a fun one. It was a pretty good episode, and I think we're going to do that more with our Discord community. We'll pick 10 of our Discord members and invite them, and every big movie we'll do a Sunday episode, and maybe the episode goes a little longer, maybe 2 hours. Maybe Jeremiah just runs it since he wanted to run it so bad last time.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. All right, so let's go into Pierre's favorite section.
Rumors, baby.
Thank you. I did not have the energy to say that. I was strong. I had a strong nerdy news, and then you did your Eisner thing, and I was just like, all right, cool. And the energy, that's not enough rest. The energy is not here. So bear with me. Harvey Dent to appear in Joker Folie à Deux.
And the way this was discovered is someone put captions on the trailer.
I hate that. I don't. It irritates me. Like that's the leak. It's like the captions of the. That's annoying.
I mean,
it could be fake. Anyone could edit the text.
True.
It could be fake too. So it's like the worst rumor. Whoever put that rumor there should be fired from the show. That was a joke because I did all the notes.
I did the Eisner notes.
Yes, you did. You did do your own section where I spotlighted you. You did.
Yeah, Harvey Dent should definitely be in this movie. I think they should introduce as many rogues as possible, in my opinion. Not give them all the screen time in the world, but set up Two-Face, set up Clayface, set up Scarecrow in this universe, set up Mr. Freeze. Sure, give me all of them, because we don't have bats yet. Although apparently we're supposed to have bats in this. There's supposed to be a young Bruce Wayne's supposed to be in this movie.
Well, they showed him as a child in the first one.
Yeah, well,
he was being weird with him through the gate. Remember?
Oh yes.
So time jump. He could be a teen now.
Yeah, true. So
with murdered parents.
Thanks, Joe Chill. Spoiler.
Damn it. Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings, especially since Gotham was odd of doing
Gotham
Batman.
Was such a bad idea from the start.
Yeah, it just feels a little bit like that if they over introduce. I don't disagree with you, but if they overdo it, and I also don't think they should do anything along the lines of science fiction. I really like
keep it grounded in reality.
Yeah, and then allow. See, even that's tough because we have this. We have that, and then we have another one coming. So Joker's grounded, the Batman's grounded. Maybe we'll have some Bane juice, maybe. And then the Batman Brave and Bold, whatever that turns into, will be inevitably high sci-fi when it mixes in with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It would be nice if the Batman was somewhere in between and Joker stayed the super duper grounded, in my opinion.
So give me 3 villains you'd want to show up to keep it grounded.
Riddler. I mean, Two-Face we're rumored to get, but he's just like a must if it's grounded, because you can kind of show the beginning of his political career, like early stage. So he's maybe even the same age as Bruce Wayne is at that point. I'm blanking on the name. Who's the what's the one with the puppet? Mad Hatter? No, not Mad Hatter. The one that has a little puppet. It's like
the ventriloquist.
Yeah, the ventriloquist.
Okay.
So he would be cool because we haven't gotten him live action like that. Oh, maybe Gotham did. I stopped at Gotham. So my other hot take about the Batman, or not the Batman, but putting Batman in Joker. What if he's also not quite all there?
Like the real Batman would.
He's not even a superhero. Like, he's another person like Joker who's been through some shit and is handling it by dressing up and becoming a public figure. Like, maybe don't make Batman a hero in that and have him just be another crazy, as Gotham Papers would, like something like, just to really be different. Just a thought.
I can't wait to see the comments on that clip.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna get ready for that one. I just we don't need 3. Like, we don't need 3.
I agree.
You can't do a Joker movie and a sequel to a Joker movie and never put Batman in it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so if you're gonna do it very different. That's Jeremy Renner hints on his Instagram that he will return as Hawkeye in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars.
As he should. No one can do it better unless he passes the mantle to Kate Bishop.
I would see him as coming out of retirement for a 3rd, 4th time to be side by side with her. I would see it like that. Maybe not even in a real costume, just. But he's in Mayor of Kingstown. I don't know if anyone watches that. And this is post his recovery.
Oh, really?
And you can kind of tell maybe with the filming that he's a little not as spry. And they definitely pushed him some. And I saw an interview where he was saying that the first filming of it was hard to get back into. So I definitely would love to see him back as Hawkeye just for what he went through. Just if he was retired. Yeah. Bring him back even if you didn't intend to, just because of what he went through, just to show I don't know. I think it's a good, even for younger audience.
Give him his flowers.
Right. Exactly. What else we got? So a Wolverine versus Hulk film is reportedly in the works. And this is a rumor we've probably said a dozen times, but obviously since
till you're 90.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. A lot of people are going to be very confused if it happens. So it'll be fun.
I'll ask you this, right? Because last episode, Sunday special bonus Discord episode, go join the Discord, everybody. That's the last plug I'm going to do. You corrected me when I tried to correct you. You did it so well. And the fact that you had the book on the goddamn desk. So the Wolverine Hulk most famous fight. Hulk is gray.
No.
Hulk is not gray. Hulk is gray.
Their most famous fight is not the Hulk 3.
Oh, no, okay. All right. So the Easter egg.
Yes.
Easter egg I'm talking about. It's fine. It's the Easter egg. But my question is, from anywhere, throughout, whatever color he was, right?
Yes.
Because I think he was blue at one point when he got a cold or something. He turned blue.
A-bomb's blue.
He was feeling ill and he got a little blue. Is there any fight, most famous, Easter egg, whatever, is there any fight at all that is actually worthy of a whole movie? Is there a story where they fight that it's actually significant enough to fill a 2-hour movie?
Yep. I have the plot for you right now.
Tell me.
Wendigo steals something from Bruce Banner. And Bruce needs to go find the Wendigo, and at the same time, Wolverine needs to go find the Wendigo. And they meet.
They team up.
No. They meet thinking one's the other, because Hulk and Wolverine haven't met in this universe. That would be a hell of a fight for a while, and then the actual Wendigo shows up. And I mean, that's me fanboying, but yeah,
Is that
Hulk,
enough for a movie?
yeah, I would say so. Act 1, Hulk figuring out what he needs to do. Act 2, Wolverine figuring out what he has to do, start the journey, and then Act 3 is the journey, fight, and conclusion. Okay. Kevin, I'm available, Kevin. Give you my number.
Oh man, yeah.
So does that have to be this universe's Hulk, or is that a variant?
We saw a variant. So if this is Mark Ruffalo, if we're getting Wolverine versus Hulk, Mark Ruffalo style, right now he's stuck as Smart Hulk. That would not be fun. I would not watch that. Professor Hulk versus Wolverine. No.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool if they did. Like, it was just a variant, like you're saying, or whatever, or somehow he goes back. But like, what if they did it in more like a? I don't want to say Prey, because I feel like we're always like, oh, Prey, but like a Prey style where there's not too much dialogue.
It's just Hulk wants to be left alone and Wolverine keeps bothering him.
Kinda, yeah. And it's like they're hunting each other, and like a very like, what was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where he got attacked by the bear?
Oh, the Woodsman or something along those lines.
The Reverend.
The Reverend.
Good job, Dimitri. And you weren't even lagging. That was great. Maybe you were lagging. You were quicker. Like you were quicker than. So just like I think of that when he fought the bear, of just like, what if we just got like a bunch of that where it's like almost artsy, like the violence is almost.
Yeah, Hulk beats Wolverine to an inch of his life and thinks he's dead and keeps moving, and then Wolverine heals and comes back. Yeah, okay.
Just talking grunts. Yeah, like neither of them speak.
Kevin, we are available. Very small fee. A tenth of 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 a tenth that you paid Robert Downey Jr.
If you just join the Discord, that's all you got to do. Panelers.com to join the Discord, by the way, is a button. Click it. You'll be in. You'll have so much fun with all of us.
So much for only plugging it one more time.
I didn't do a good job the last time. I had to make up for it. I'm trying something new, all right? I'm trying something new. All right, Captain America Brave New World leaks state. This could be spoilers because we've leaked things that have turned out to be real, so warning. Sam cannot defeat Red Hulk. So he decides, let's make a new Avengers team. Like, that is the inspiration for it. So he creates a new Avengers team, and he goes to fight Red Hulk. And with this, Wolverine and Stryker are also somehow tied in. Probably because of super soldier bullshit. This is the rumor. I'm not making this up. This is the rumor.
You may have not pulled it out of your ass, but someone else did.
So yeah. So I think what they're trying to get at though is basically you have almost like another Civil War kind of situation. Because from what we saw in the trailer is the president, Red Hulk, wants Sam, Captain America, to work for him and reunite the Captain America name to the government. And I think what this rumor is trying to say is Red Hulk's got some ties with Stryker, who's working for the government, and Stryker's obviously got some ties with Wolverine and trying to make super soldiers like Deadpool.
The weapon program.
The weapon program. Thank you. So I think that's where it's kind of going, this rumor. And it's almost like an Avengers team. And you find out Red Hulk actually has some ties to his own kind of team. Maybe a Thunderbolts without an asterisk. That's where I'm going with this. So, and then the last bit of the thing is Red Hulk is going to have his flaming footsteps. So things will be on fire because of him, which is cool. Yeah. I always like that about the character. So I'm glad if this rumor is to be true, that is carrying over. And the last rumor I have before we sum this all up, the Nova. The Nova has gotten little glimpses, but this rumor saying in a few years, 3 to 4 years, we're actually going to get a Nova TV series.
We should. Nova TV series is the way to go. I don't want a movie. There's a lot you can do with the character, especially the Nova core. And a TV series is going to give us the best ability to flush all that out.
Yeah. I do think this rumor could even be considered a counter to the Green Lantern TV show that is in the works.
Mm-hmm.
It could literally be Marvel's version, and they might even look at it and say, okay, this is what they got right, this is what they got wrong. Let's take our core.
Space Police, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So yeah, I would believe that rumor. 3 to 4 years, the fact that that was in the rumor I found, and I saw this in more than one place, and they all said either a few years or 3 to 4 years. I was like, how do you find that? But I'm excited for that. I've read some Nova, but I've seen enough to want more. So that is rumors, baby.
And that is our show, baby.
Yeah. If anyone else has anything to chime in, like if, they're like, hey, where could I listen to you and not watch you? All podcast apps. Where could I review you? Also on all podcast apps. And where can I talk to you more? Discord.
Mm-hmm. You can like us on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't think we have an X anymore because fuck that.
We do, but we are no longer hosting our lives on there. Okay. That I will say.
Yeah. So join our Discord. Join our alliance on Marvel Snap. Panelize on Marvel
that's something I learned we had today. We have a goat as a logo. Which goat is it? We're not sure.
It's Tooth Gnasher. For
don't
one,
know how you know? It's just the goat's face in this cartoon.
So I'll be dead honest. I picked the goat because mountain goats.
I thought you picked it for Pierre because Pierre loves the goats. That's why Love and Thunder got a 10 because he loved the goats so much.
No, I picked it because I just got back from Mountain Goat show.
All right. Well, one by one.
They have a Bullseye logo, and Bullseye's not even in the game.
Bullseye's not in the game?
No.
I didn't know that.
Also, my collector level, because now you can see each other's collector level. It's bad compared to yours.
Well, the whole last season, I'll tell you this. I didn't play a game myself.
You just had Agatha?
Agatha played every single game, and I still had like a 60% win rate. And it's just with my low-cost meta deck.
I hate that deck so much.
It's I will say, though, if you're getting into the game and you want to play competitively, that is the deck to get because you can get most characters from the beginning.
Basically,
and it's a very simple concept, and you can really focus on the board because you know the strategy. It's get as many of them on the board as you can. So yeah, join our
alliance, our Discord.
Yeah,
we'll have a cult eventually, maybe a Patreon.
Maybe we're working on it. Things are in the works. All right, I'm going to end one by one here, and we'll save YouTube for the very last. Thanks for watching. Hugs and kisses. Pierre will be back. We know
for those who missed Pierre, he will